Howdy, assholes! Are you 13? Are you? Well, let me tell you something. If you're 13 years old or older, sit back, grab yourself some popcorn, enjoy the show. You're allowed to stay. But if you're not 13, get the fuck out. Right now. This show is not for you. It is not for children. It is for adults and young adults, and you should go ask your parents why they suck at their job because they're letting YouTube raise their kid. So yeah, go do that. Come back when you're 13. Enough said.
Space travel. Truly one of the more intriguing aspects of everyday life. No matter how at home you feel here on this tiny blue marble, every human being has asked themselves one question. What lies among the stars? Given the popularity of this topic, as well as the fact that kaiju films tend to mirror the times, it's no wonder that throughout the 60s and hell, even some of the 70s, many of the Godzilla films were inspired by this very idea. The first of the, well, technically not the first, but nevertheless, the film we cover today is one of the first in the Godzilla franchise to actually truly tackle this subject. So let's take a look at Invasion of Astro Monster. So Noah, once again we are reviewing a film that has one of your favorite Godzilla foes in it, King Ghidorah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for that?
Crotch blast.
Okay. Yeah. Invasion of Astro Monster, released in 1965. Nick Adams plays Glenn. I'm not sure I should be proud that that's the only one I can pronounce properly, but oh well.
Akira Takaraga as Kazuo Fuji.
Yep.
And then, of course, as you said, Nick Adams as Glenn. And then Kumi Mizuno as Namikawa.
Tadaki as Dr. Sakurai.
Akira Kubo as Tetsuo Tori.
Keiko Sawa as Haruna Fuji. Yoshio Tsuchiya as the controller of Planet X. Tadamune Sasaki as the chairman of Earth's committee.
And once again, don't forget, Ishiro Honda is the director. We forgot to mention that in the last film.
Gen Shimizu as the Minister of Defense. Then we got Nano Kirino as the military aide. And over here we got Kinzu Kabu, the commander from Planet X Earth Unit.
Oh my.
Oh no.
This man's name is legendary. We got Koji Uno
Oh god.
as Namikawa's associate.
Uno. And then we got Samshu Matsumoto as Priest.
And
Wait,
then
say
once
that last
again,
one again?
we got Samshu Matsumoto as Buddhist priest.
Oh yes, have to have the Buddhist priest in there, absolutely. Jesus. So yeah. Those are the characters that portray the human actors. The cast for the monsters is pretty much the exact same as the last film. Haruo Nakajima as Godzilla, and the other, you pronounce their names because I'm afraid to.
We got Masaki Shinohara as Rodan, Soichi Hirose as King Ghidorah.
Alright. One day I will pronounce Japanese names properly. Hopefully.
Yep. And I swear to God, pronouncing Japanese names is gonna become a hobby of mine.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Alright, so let's actually get into the background of this film. So first off, in the 1960s, United Productions of America, I hope that's the official name, because that's the only thing I could find it referred to as. United Productions of America requested for producer Henry G. Saperstein to bring high-quality monster movies to distribute across North America from foreign countries. And He obviously, as they're the most popular in this industry, went to Toho Studios, and as a result, Invasion of Astro Monster began production, and this marked Mr. Henry's first full-fledged co-production endeavor. And, well, it was the 60s, so the idea of aliens and space travel were very popular at the time, so obviously that served as inspiration, and quite frankly, I don't see the problem with this. And also, Nick Adams being in the movie is directly because of this individual's involvement, Henry G. Saperstein.
Henry G. Saperstein?
Oh, God. Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna, well, hear that for a lot tonight?
Henry!
Noah, please stop. You're gonna make me feel uncomfortable. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk really quickly about some of the circumstances behind this film. This was the first film where it was starting to become obvious just how low of a budget Toho was actually working with. Because the last two movies, no matter how good they actually were, they unfortunately did not raise as much money as King Kong vs. Godzilla did at the box office. And progressively they started becoming more and more less financially successful with these films. And unfortunately, I do think that shows in this film a little bit. You'll see what we're talking about later. And unfortunately, that's going to become a major problem in later Showa films, is the budget and the fact that they have to resort to stock footage a lot in order to come up with some of the scenes that they need in order to fill out the runtime in later films. So that is a very unfortunate side effect of Toho's increasing lack of success in the box office. Which sucks too, because, I mean, these movies aren't bad yet. Keyword yet. Alright, Noah, so are you ready to take a look at the movie that put Godzilla in space for the first and so far last time?
He can not only breathe in water, he can breathe in space. Even though there's no oxygen to breathe, he can breathe in space.
Shit, if Superman's allowed to do it, so is the King of the Monsters. So the plot follows two astronauts by the name of Fuji and Glenn on their journey to a newly discovered planet called Planet X, and, well, obviously, as this is a science fiction film, there are obviously signs of intelligent life on Planet X, and they very quickly learn exactly what that intelligent life is up to, as the aliens of this planet have been driven underground, apparently because of the arrival of King Ghidorah, the giant monster that was driven away from Earth, and the aliens claim to be plagued by this monster and constantly attacked by it, so much so that he has basically, like, driven them underground, which we will learn in a bit is not true at all.
Commander, it's King Ghidorah!
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we'll talk about the acting and stuff here in a second. And yeah, so the aliens request, that the Earth actually helps them out, and allow them to borrow Godzilla and Rodan so they can drive this menace away. Only, surprise, surprise, one, not only did they not need humankind's help in order to go and take Godzilla and Rodan, but they also kind of had King Ghidorah under their control the whole time, and yeah, they really did not want to allow Earth to flourish. In fact, they wanted to conquer the Earth and use the monsters to turn them into slave computers.
Yep.
And now our heroes must march forth and destroy the alien menace.
And now our heroes must march forth to destroy this menace.
Okay. And yeah, this actually marks Godzilla and Rodan's journey and turning point from anti-heroes into full-fledged defenders of Earth. Whereas Godzilla and Rodan at the end of the last film, they did come out with a new perspective, whereas they were sort of anti-heroes ready to help defend the Earth if they needed to. And now, after the end of this movie, they straight up are, well, not willing to sacrifice themselves for humans yet, but they are straight
Yeah.
willing to jump into a fight if it means protecting the planet. And I do really like the fact that they hint around at that in this film. So yeah, Noah. Do we talk about the monster action first or the humans?
Let's get the humans out the way.
Yeah, let's get the humans out of the way. This
Who
is
needs
where
them?
I believe that the least amount of money is spent. Because, yeah, other than Nick Adams and Akira Takarada, I really don't think any of the other casts were really, like, fun or engaging in this film. The two main characters, yes, they are fun to watch, and they are very intriguing to follow throughout this story, even if one of them does have to interact with the single most annoying character in the goddamn film. But, nevertheless, they are still fun to watch, and they are very, I think they're, like, I genuinely get the feeling that they're having fun with their roles. I do, even though the majority of their acting is limited to watching the giant monsters fight from the sidelines after doing a few fancy little spy things on Planet X.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, yeah, the human aspect of this movie, it does kind of suck. And it's very, like, the aliens themselves, they're so goddamn stupid, it makes me want to cry. The aliens, legitimately, the aliens make me hate this movie. Just, if you're going
The
to
aliens
have,
were portrayed
if you're
better.
going to go to Earth and kidnap Godzilla and Rodan, then why even wait for the humans so you can ask them for help in the first place? Why not just have a hostile takeover like you intended on doing to begin with? It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I also have something to say that will come up in a future Showa film
Oh
that
no.
will really be me insulting the aliens.
Yes.
You can try and guess which Showa film that is.
I'm scared. Godzilla
Oh,
vs.
don't be.
Mechagodzilla?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, yep. Alright. So yeah, that's, just the alien aspect of this movie, man. It's easily the worst part, even though it was the main selling point of this film. And it's just...
But they even got a cool poster.
Yeah, they do. And unfortunately, the aliens are the weakest part of this movie because they're so goddamn dumb. But yeah, dude, I just wish that the human aspect of this film was handled a little bit better. All things considered, it's not terrible, but it's just not very enjoyable. And overall, a lot of the human scenes, especially with the goddamn inventor, they're just annoying. It's just...
Yeah.
I'm honestly doing dreading doing a full-fledged review of this movie when we do our full-fledged Godzillathon years later, but we're gonna have to. Let's talk about the monsters before I go into a deep depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, the monster action in this film is actually very, very intriguing. And I do love the fact that the monsters in this film, one, are, I think they got an upgraded, like, special effects team working behind this, because the effects for the monsters are pretty damn well done. And I love the fights between Godzilla and Rodan fighting Ghidorah in this film. Unfortunately, they did lose a little bit of the budget when it comes to monster action, which means that they didn't have as big of city set pieces to smash around in. But on the bright side, they did
Unfortunately.
invest that money into some like miniature sets and shits to have Godzilla, Ghidorah, and Rodan stomp and fly around in. And overall, I mean, yeah, this movie still does have a little bit of an issue portraying Ghidorah's strength because he seems to be a bit less destructive. But I still think that Godzilla, Ghidorah, and Rodan are handled pretty well in this movie, all things considered. You know what to do. Cue it up.
Là mình nói lời nói này cái The Guardian of your tap.
I'm scared.
I had to make the reference. It was a
I'm
necessary
scared.
evil.
No, it
Or it
is not
is.
necessary. Just post the damn clip.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I mean that's not the clip I was talking about, but it's lagging. It's like, you know what? I got the movie recorded, so I'll just post that little clip here. Okay. And we would be doing a huge disservice to this movie if we did not discuss the Godzilla victory dance. I will cue it up this time, Noah.
Okay, fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold.
A happy moment.
So yeah, the neat thing about that little scene is that wasn't actually a scripted part of the film. The actor just started doing it, and they decided to keep it in there. And I think that was hilarious. I genuinely think that was one of the best items of this film, and that's saying something considering how fun it was to watch Godzilla and Rodan fight Ghidorah. What are you doing?
Totally not the Godzilla dance.
Oh God!
It's weird doing it with Crocs. I mean, not Crocs, they're fucking chunkless.
I wonder if the suit actually somewhat helped the actor do it because, oh no wait, actually we already went over the actors for the monsters. I thought we almost forgot Haruo Nakajima. I am so sorry for almost forgetting that. Shit, now I look like an idiot. Yeah. So yeah, Noah. First things first. What exactly are your thoughts on this film?
I just, once the monster action actually starts, I just find it hilarious.
Yeah. I do think they went for more of a humorous side to
But-
Godzilla than the previous films. And you know what? Noah, since you can't find the clip, I'll go ahead and play it right now. Godzilla, sorry to do this to you, man.
It's a necessary evil.
I just watched Ghidorah neuter my boy. God damn it. Alright, I should probably explain. Yeah, that little clip that we just showed you guys, it wasn't actually in Ghidorah, not Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. It wasn't actually in Invasion of Astro Monster, it was in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. But I'm showing you that clip now because this is the last time we're gonna see Ghidorah for a few movies. And, yeah, I just wanted to give him one last little, moment of hilarity. That and Godzilla 2, since this is the last time we're going to see the 1964 suit. And yeah, now that I think about it, in the 1964 film Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, they took advantage of the fact that they didn't give Godzilla's sexual organs way too much in that movie. The poor motherfucker got abused. Just fucking... the show is serious, man. It was something else entirely. Okay, so I would recommend this movie. Noah, you'll get your turn in a second. I would recommend this movie, honestly, definitely not to people who are intrigued by space travel, okay? Even though that was one of the selling points of the movie, that's really not one of the big aspects of the film that's actually, like, valid. Because they do have a few scenes that involve space travel to Planet X and all that shit, but once Planet X has served its purpose in the plot, then it's literally just tossed to the side and said, you know what, screw it, we didn't need that anymore. And, I would also recommend this film to Godzilla fans and, dare I say it, unfortunately, children, because they will find this film entertaining, even if the same issue from the last film is evident, the fact that this film takes a very long time to get started.
Yep.
So, Noah, what audiences would you recommend this film to?
Well, yeah, once again, I'd say children. Well, the least lowest, I'd say children. They might get bored fast at the start, but we all know how that works out. Children. I had them chasing me around when I was trying to have a chair for myself. I had to run with the chair. But in the end...
And no, I'm genuinely scared to know what your childhood was like.
Oh, my childhood was full of beaches.
I doubt that. But yeah. So yeah, guys, that was Invasion of Astro Monster. And, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and start recording the next video. We will see you all tomorrow for Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, aka Ebera, Horror of the Deep. Oh, I am very scared because I know what comes next. Oh, do I know what comes next. See y'all tomorrow, everyone.
Alright, y'all know the drill. Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Y'all want more videos, right? More kick-ass shit? Well, good, because I want more views. Let's help each other on this.